Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Representative Derek Van Orden hosted a No Tax on Tips event earlier this evening. Van Orden highlighted the savings and tax cuts that Republicans and President Trump secured for Americans. The event was held at Beatles Bar and Grill, showing the impact of his tax cut for those who make tips in the food industry.
So the servers here, they get up, they work very, very hard. And I want them to be able to keep as much money that they earn as possible. And that's what this bill is doing. We're talking about $25,000 a year worth of a tax break for their tips. And that's the right thing to do.
Van Orden added that he wants tip money to be saved so they are able to participate in the American dream. The event ran from 4:15 to 5 today in Gillsville. 600 flags have been put up in honor of first responders. Many of the flags are sponsored in honor of military veterans, but some flags are in honor of local heroes. The flags will be taken down tomorrow at 3 p.m. during a special ceremony, including the singing of the national anthem, a brief speech, and the playing of taps.
Flags of Honor is a display we've been doing down here for about 5 years. It's a fundraiser that the Legion has been doing a lot of remodeling, so it's been helping with the building remodeling, but it's also a way to honor all of our community heroes.
If you would like to sponsor a flag in the future, forms become available Memorial Day weekend every year, and flags are displayed the weekend after Labor Day. Holman hosted their Touch a Truck event this morning. The event gives kids exposure to emergency vehicles and other large vehicles they might see in the community. The free event allowed community members of all ages to climb, enter, and explore these vehicles, but today wasn't just about fun for the kids.
Well, we've been telling Oliver that a lot of the people here are heroes. We need these people in our lives. We wouldn't be able to go about our daily routine without a lot of these people that are here.
The event ran from 10 a.m. until noon at Viking Elementary.
Well, we are still in the middle of our very cool stretch of weather that we've been having, and that's likely going to last through the rest of the weekend as well. Also seeing a couple chances for some scattered showers passing through the area currently. We are seeing these really start to move out though, and we're not really expecting any more to move in behind it. We can see the main area of showers really just entering into La Crosse right now and going across southeastern Minnesota. Just some very light rain associated with this, not even seeing any lightning or thunder. And again, a lot of this should be moving out of the area here in the next couple hours, likely close to around 9-10 p.m. After that, we'll be left with some clear conditions, which are going to make for yet another very chilly night outside. So I'll have all the details on how much longer we're staying in this cold weather and how much warmth we have ahead of us, because it's actually going to get quite nice out there as we go into this week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Nicole. All were welcome at today's Pride in the Park event. Pride in the Park allows for anyone in the community to be free to express themselves. The event was an inclusive, family-friendly celebration of everyone in the community. Today's free event saw 88 vendors as well as food, entertainment, and programming.
It's just important to show our community that we are here, we stand behind you. Things get rough sometimes, but there are so many people that support you and just as you are, and we want you here and we want to build that community with them.
Pride in the Park included appearances from local authority figures, including Mayor Shondell Washington Spivey. Today, Oktoberfest grounds are home to a very exciting announcement. This year's special fester is Maddie. Maddie is excited to ride in parades and celebrate Oktoberfest this year. The Your Heart of the Fest celebration is held from 4 to 8 p.m. today, with games, food, drinks, and entertainment open to the public. Early Oktoberfest celebrations continue with a taste of German culture in Onalaska today, as Maury's Auto Group hosted Oktoberfest in partnership with Oktoberfest USA. The event took place at Maury's Audi and Volkswagen dealership, featuring live polka music, snacks, giveaways, and more.
Oktoberfest is our third annual event here at the dealership, celebrating German heritage. We got the Oktoberfest Royal Family here, just in celebration of the heritage of German in the spirit of Oktoberfest.
The free event ran from 2 to 4 p.m. and was open to the public. The Trump administration is pushing to rename the Department of Defense. This comes as there are new calls, including from the president's former Surgeon General, to fire Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. CBS News' Nicole Killian has more.
President Trump took a step on Friday to return the Defense Department to its old name, the Department of War.
We won the First World War, we won the Second World War, we won everything before that and in between, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
It was called the Department of War through World War II and officially became the Defense Department in 1949.
I think it's a much more appropriate name, especially in light of where the world is right now.
Signs were promptly swapped out at the Pentagon as the executive order also moves to change the title of Secretary of Defense to Secretary of War.
It's restoring, as you've guided us to, Mr. President, restoring the warrior ethos, restoring victory and clarity as an end state.
After a contentious hearing on Capitol Hill this week, calls are mounting for Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to go, amid concerns over the agency's vaccine policy and a leadership shakeup at the CDC. On Saturday, Trump's former Surgeon General Jerome Adams told CNN that Kennedy should absolutely be fired over what he called Kennedy's dangerous policies. The president is standing by Secretary Kennedy for now. Meantime, the president made a major announcement here at the White House. He says the U.S. will host world leaders for the G20 summit in Miami next year. The president said Friday his golf course and spa in Doral will host the summit at cost and will receive no profit from the State Department or a foreign government. The gathering is scheduled for December 2026. Nicole Killian, CBS News, the White House.
In other White House news, the Wall Street Journal revealed new details on the White House's plans for a UFC fight on White House grounds in the coming year. The fight will reportedly include a mixed martial arts throwdown that will include lasers and fireworks. The Wall Street Journal also said the UFC's octagon cage will be flanked by the White House and Washington Monument during the fights. Protests in Capitol Hill continue. Protesters took to the streets of D.C. today to voice their opposition to the National Guard deployment. The protest follows President Trump's deployment of federal troops to reduce crime in other major cities, such as Chicago and Baltimore. Up next, changes are coming to Amazon Prime, and they could affect who you share your account with. We'll have more information after the break.
Whatever you were thinking, think even bigger. It's the King Furniture Labor Day sale held over. Bigger selection, bigger discounts, bigger savings than ever before. Get to King Furniture for the final week of our Labor Day sale.
Huge selection of rugs and cowhide under the white tent next to Carl's Appliance in Onalaska. Multiple sizes, including round rugs and so much more. Hurry in. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind sale.
We see you out there making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like all pairs of Skechers, buy one, get one half price. Half off this DeWalt 60-volt chainsaw. And rewards members can buy 3 tires, get one free, plus an extra $20 instant savings on select brands. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
Huge selection of rugs and cowhide under the white tent next to Carl's Appliance in Onalaska. Inventory is priced to sell, so stop in today. Multiple sizes, including round rugs and so much more. Hurry in. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind sale.
Whatever you were thinking, think even bigger. It's the King Furniture Labor Day sale held over. Bigger selection, bigger discounts, bigger savings than ever before. Get to King Furniture for the final week of our Labor Day sale.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
From the job market to the grocery aisle and your Amazon account, CBS News' Christine Lazar has your eye on Consumer Report.
The labor market is continuing to lose steam, adding fewer than expected jobs last month. New data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics show the economy added just 22,000 jobs in August. Unemployment ticked up to 4.3%. The data indicates continued uncertainty over President Trump's economic policies. Kraft Heinz is splitting into two companies after a decade together as one of the largest food manufacturing conglomerates. The breakup is partly due to consumer preferences shifting away from highly processed foods in favor of healthier options. Experts do not expect an impact on the prices for popular brands. The split could take a year to complete. And on October 1st, Amazon Prime is ending a program that lets members share free shipping perks with people outside their household. Amazon is now encouraging users who don't live with the account holder to get their own subscription, offering a one-year membership for $14.99 the first year. The company is rolling out a family program to allow account sharing within the same household. And that's your Eye on Consumer Report. I'm Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
In this week's medical news, prostate cancer rates are on the rise in the U.S. A report by the American Cancer Society found rates have been increasing 3% per year between 2014 and 2021 after years of declines. The statistics also show mortality rates for black men are twice as high compared to white men. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer among men. Americans aren't eating enough seafood. That's according to the new data from the CDC. Dietary guidelines suggest we should eat 2 servings of seafood a week for nutrients like protein, omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and vitamin D. But the CDC found only 7% of children eat 2 servings of seafood a week, and only about a quarter of adults do. Families with higher incomes tended to consume more seafood. Some sugar substitutes could be linked to faster cognitive decline. A study in the journal Neurology found that people who consume high amounts of 7 popular artificial sweeteners had faster decline in their thinking and memory skills. These sweeteners are found in ultra-processed foods like flavored water, soda, energy drinks, yogurt, and desserts marketed as low-calorie. Now don't go too far. The Powerball climbs even higher. We'll have a look at what's at stake for tonight's drawing.
And today was definitely one of our chillier days. We have another chilly day ahead of us tomorrow, but after that, temperatures are going to be on the uprise. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Enjoy Monday's 3-2-1 special. $3 off pizza, $2 off pasta, and $1 off our mouth-watering burgers. Plus $6 house margaritas. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
For $5, get a sausage McMuffin with egg and an any size soft drink or coffee.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Up to an extra 15% off plus 3-year special financing. It's our best Labor Day sale at Home Furniture.
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Prep. Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
What keeps me at Eagle Crest are the people that I work with. I enjoy my team so much. I look forward to seeing them every day. I enjoy our monthly meetings, getting to see the other managers from the other facilities and collaborate. I motivate my team by bringing us back to why we're here, going through our residents, getting to know them. You feel like you're really part of a big mission to help our residents have a full and healthy life.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Enjoy Monday's 3-2-1 special. $3 off pizza, $2 off pasta, and $1 off our mouth-watering burgers. Plus $6 house margaritas. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The Powerball has soared to a staggering $1.8 billion. The jackpot now ranks as the second largest jackpot in U.S. history, only behind the world record of $2.04 billion, won in California in 2022. If a player wins tonight, they could take home a lump sum payment of $826.4 million. Well, speaking of luck, let's send it over to Nicole to see if that weather is playing in our favor.
Yeah, we're still looking pretty lucky in the weather world. Well, it really depends on what kind of weather you like. I think most of us are enjoying this. If you haven't been enjoying the cooler temperatures that we've been having, then you do have some luck in your future because we have a nice little warm up coming ahead as we go into this week. Actually, some signs where we could have another round of some late summer temperatures rolling back into the forecast. So let's break it down, starting with today. Here's our observed highs from this afternoon. 64, a little bit chilly in La Crosse, 62 in Eau Claire, even seeing some folks over in southeastern Minnesota and Rochester and Preston sitting at 59, below 60 degrees, 58 in Minneapolis. It was definitely a cool one. If we compare that to our averages, we were well below average, for the most part around 10 to 15 degrees below average. But again, those cooler spots that stay below 60 degrees, 17 degrees below average, 19 degrees below average in Minneapolis. Although we didn't quite see any record low high temperatures, we definitely got close across the area, with most of us getting within a couple degrees of at least tying those records. Not quite any record breakers yet today. We could maybe see some going into tomorrow because we still have another cool day ahead of us, but we would definitely need to make up some ground as far as the cold temperatures go. Tonight we're still staying quite chilly. Again, those typical cold spots. Black River Falls, Sparta staying in the mid and upper 30s, 36 in Black River Falls, 38 in Sparta, and still in the upper 30s for folks further north of I-94. 38 in Eau Claire, definitely a cool morning. 43 in La Crosse. Everybody else really staying in the low 40s, so still overall most of us will be quite chilly. We're still holding on to some of that shower activity that we saw or are seeing right now as well, but that should be finishing up very early on in the overnight period, and then it will be mostly clear. If we do get a couple clouds moving in, that could maybe make a slight impact on our temperatures, keeping us a tad warmer depending on how much cloud coverage we have. Otherwise, for the most part, it's really looking like we'll have another cool night ahead of us. And then going into tomorrow's highs, still pretty cool out there, still well below average. 67 in La Crosse, 64 in Eau Claire, a tad bit warmer than we were today, seeing actually everybody get into the 60s. Nobody staying in the 50s out there tomorrow, but still again well below average. It's going to be less breezy though, so overall a fairly nice fall-like day outside. Still seeing winds blowing out of the northwest, but they're going to be much lighter than we have been, especially the last couple days. It's not going to be the same story though as we go into Monday. We can start to see the winds shift around. They'll eventually be blowing straight out of the south to start the week off on Monday, but they're going to be quite windy, blowing around 15 to 20 miles an hour. That'll put wind gusts likely towards 30 miles per hour. Because of that wind shift though, we have a nice little warm up on the way. Not quite yet in the morning hours, still staying for the most part in the 40s across the area, but Monday's highs back into the low 70s, 73 in La Crosse, 71 in Eau Claire, and we'll continue to see that slow warming trend as we go throughout the rest of the week. Getting close to average as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, especially into the end of the week, actually getting back into the upper 70s. That's pretty close to where our average high is now. For now, our average is sitting at about 79, but once we get a little bit further into the end of the week, our average will likely fall a little bit closer to the mid 70s by the end of the month. We usually see our averages falling into the low 70s, if not the upper 60s. So there is a chance that we'll return to average after multiple days where we've been well below, and even at the end of the forecast, you can see Sunday a high of 80. So we might have another 80-degree day ahead of us. Definitely not unusual to see that in September, and I'm sure a lot of us are ready to have at least one more to say goodbye to summer for.
For sure. I just broke out my jacket. Come on,
Well,
already
gotta
80.
put it away. We'll bring it back again in a little bit. But
That'll be
another shot of
good.
the 80s will be nice.
All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, a busy day of college football. The Winona State Warriors were making their home debut. Kate has the highlights after the break.
Meeting you locally. locally where you are online. Miss a story? See it again or watch us live on YouTube at WKBT News 8 Now.
While you're busy, your pup can play all day at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Safe, supervised fun with friends, plus plenty of exercise and love. Because a tired dog is a happy dog. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual. Everything's made fresh.
Everything. Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant.
Culver's.
Yay! We love our guests.
Love. As much as our guests love us.
This is me and my happy place.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready for this moment. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Furnish your home with The Forest at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best priced furniture store. Browse cozy Amish rockers, customizable easy sofas made in Wisconsin, and stunning handmade dining sets in hickory, walnut, aspen, and barnwood. Shop pantries, counter bars, gun cabinets, and more. Style your space this season with our cabin rug collection. Multiple sizes available. Swing by the bed shed for rustic bedroom sets, bunk beds, and Amish-made office furniture. Family and veteran owned. Visit Black River Furniture Outlet this summer.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
It's a big day of college football, and in Division II, the Winona State Warriors making their home debut this afternoon as they face Bemidji State. The Warriors looking for their first winning season since 2022. Let's go up the river to Winona, where former Aquinas Blue Gold Jackson Flopmyers once again the Warriors signal caller. Late in the first quarter, Jaden Washington rushes into the end zone for the score to make it 14-0 Bemidji. The Beavers would add a field goal in the second to go up 17, but the Warriors respond with under 30 seconds to go. Flopmeyer connects with Joe Sikkema to make it 17-7, and then in the third, it's Anthony Powell on the 1-yard rushing touchdown to pull within 3 for Winona, and then it's Bemidji looking for a response, but Isaiah Tisdale is stripped of the football. Jacob Anderson is there for the recovery. Winona gets a huge turnover to the 4th. Flopmeyer hands it off to Powell, and he's going to take it 32 yards for the lead. Warriors now up 21-17, then 21 seconds to go. Bemidji in the red zone. Connor Carver is sacked and stripped of the ball. David Neese jumps on it for the recovery, and the Warriors are victorious in this one, 21-17, thanks to a huge comeback win. Badgers finished up just a little bit ago. They were only up by 4 going into halftime, but Wisconsin found another gear in the second half, winning 42-10. I'll have full highlights and reaction of this one tonight at 10. The Gophers in action in the early slate against Northwestern State. First play of the game for the Demons, and that pass is picked off. John Nestor takes it the other way, and he is gone. Pick 6. Just like that, it's 7-0. Then on the Gophers' first offensive possession, A.J. Turner rushes it in from 1 yard out. It's 14-0, and this one got ugly quick. Already 21-0, and Drake Lindsey takes it in for a rushing touchdown. Minnesota rolls 66-0 the final. Minnesota had more points than Northwestern State had total yards. The Packers begin their season tomorrow afternoon in a big one as Green Bay set to host the Detroit Lions, a familiar foe that's won the last 3 games at Lambeau Field. The Lions have had the Packers' number recently, and a big reason for that is the slow starts that the Packers have had. But quarterback Jordan Love is hoping for a different result tomorrow afternoon.
You know, I think anytime you're going against a team who has, you know, a really good offense and also a good defense, it's paramount. You know, you got to start off with a hot start, put some points up, because, you know, if you get behind, you know, an offense like that, you know, you got to be putting up points in a hurry to keep up with them. So definitely want to come out swinging, come out fast, and just execute. You know, it just comes down to executing simple plays, throwing and catching, and make plays when the ball comes your way, and staying out of, you know, putting ourselves in bad positions with penalties and things like that, being behind the sticks.
A big one tomorrow. Packers hosting the Lions, a 3:25 kickoff, and you can watch that one right here on WKBT. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
Huge selection of rugs and cowhide under the white tent next to Carl's Appliance in Onalaska. Multiple sizes, including round rugs and so much more. Hurry in. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind sale.
We see you out there making the most of every moment.
Happy birthday, buddy.
One big, bright idea at a time. At Blaine's, we're glad to be part of it by offering best-in-class products and solutions at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like all pairs of Skechers, buy one, get one half price. 20% off all men's and women's Carhartt non-denim work pants. And Blaine's brand pecan halves or pieces, $8.99 a pound. Just $7.99 for rewards members. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
We've got an important milestone here to celebrate. As you know, our family has been providing other families with affordable flooring for 60 years. Whether it's vinyl, hardwood, laminate, tile, or carpet, we've offered a wide variety of flooring that stands up to the biggest messes.
And we know messes.
Speaking of which, who started in on the cake?
Don't look at me.
Sealand's Carpooling, where #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Huge selection of rugs and cowhide under the white tent next to Carl's Appliance in Onalaska. Inventory is priced to sell, so stop in today. Multiple sizes, including round rugs and so much more. Hurry in. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind sale.
Still tracking some very light showers moving across the area, although a lot of this activity should be finishing up now in the next few hours. But again, some light showers now passing over Bangor, maybe seeing a few sprinkles pass into Sparta. And this is the one day of the year that I get to say it. But Cade, I'm a lot better than you today. I'm living good. My Iowa State Cyclones beat the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's a great day to be
you wouldn't mention
Cyclone.
it. I really just wanted to ignore it and act like that game didn't happen, but here you are.
Good game.
All right, we'll have to settle this. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 10.